Yo, what's good, man? Another one of these body cam vids. These vids be funny, I ain't gonna lie. Teen charged in cop's death after he died. Like, what you killed the cop, bro? You wildin'. If they ain't give you the chair, I know they gave you the book. Like, you ain't getting no, they gave you life. Had to. Ain't no way. Killed the whole cop. They ain't about to let that go.
Stop. Turn around. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
A teenager is charged with manslaughter after a Florida officer collapsed and died following this
Oh my, tell me he don't look like Ron Artest. First,
struggle.
hey, he look just like Ron Artest.
Sorry. Don't pull away from me. I'm checking you for what? Get your hands away from your... Stop. Stop.
A portion of the body cam video released online from the May 19th
How he killed him though? He shot him like. What this about to show? This about to show part where he shot him or something, or like it already happened and they caught up to him. That's what I'm guessing. Gotta be.
Captures a police officer calling in dispatch and approaching a teen who can be seen walking outside a local motel.
Yeah, it do look like Ron Artest.
Stop. 422 St. John's. 1012 single 13 P. Hispanic male, white t-shirt, black shorts, Super 8 of 3016, 3576, should be 54 on me. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The teen in the white t-shirt was
Why he apologizing for?
identified as 19-year-old Virgilio.
Guilty. Yeah, he guilty. But he just said I'm sorry for what? What you apologizing for?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The teen in the white t-shirt was identified as 19-year-old Virgilio Aguilar Mendez, an indigenous Mayan farm worker originally from
19-year-old.
Aguilar Mendez was reportedly
Whole
on the
life
phone with his
gone.
mother when approached by St. Johns County Police Sergeant Michael Kunovich.
He look like one of them type of cops. Like you could tell. He look mad. Yeah, look at him.
Sergeant Kunovich begins to question Aguilar Mendez. The teen expressed he did not understand what was being said because he couldn't speak English.
He know English.
Why, when I
Promise
was
you he
driving
do.
around... Hold on, stop.
Eating.
Okay, but why did you get up and walk away?
Huh?
When you saw me, you got up and walked away. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
But you go for drinking.
Where are you staying?
Huh?
Where are you staying? Sleeping?
It's
Here?
yes.
Well, why aren't you eating inside?
Look.
What?
I'm sorry. Speak.
Okay, I've got some account. Okay, do you have any ID? Any identification? License?
But
ID, identification.
yeah.
In the room?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your first name?
Huh?
Your first name.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking.
Okay, do you have any weapons?
That boy lying. But all these other questions he asked you before that. You knew what he was saying. He asked for your name. You don't know. You don't speak English. That boy Kevin.
Huh?
You have any weapons on you?
No.
Well, you know what that is. Turn around. Let me look. Turn around.
He said, you know what that
Turn
is.
around.
What you mean?
Sergeant Kunovich attempts to search Aguilar Mendez for weapons. The teen still struggles to understand the officer, and that's when the incident takes a turn.
He about to try.
Don't walk away from me.
Oh, that's what happened. Hold on, let me guess. Alright, so look. I'm guessing he about to shoot him right now. He probably really don't know English. He probably confused, like, hold on, you tripping. So he tried to pull out a gun right there or something. Then he shot him. That's what happened.
Don't pull away from me. I'm checking you for what? Get your hands away from your...
Oh yeah, he trying to.
No.
Stop.
No. I'm sorry.
Oh, he about to pop him?
Another officer arrives on scene to assist Kunovich as Aguilar Mendez repeatedly can be heard saying, "I'm sorry."
What you sorry for it? Like, why you apologizing?
Stop.
Turn around. Get on the ground.
I'm sorry.
Get on the ground.
I'm sorry.
The body cam video then ends after that moment. Sergeant Kunovich died from a heart attack and Aguilar Mendez was charged with murder. His charges were later reduced to aggravated manslaughter of a police officer, which in Florida carries a map.
Bro, hold on. Bro, how we get charged for that? They ain't say he shot him or nothing. You telling me? So they saying the cop was struggling to get him to the ground, basically, right? And he suffered a heart attack because of that, and they charged him for killing the cop. Don't tell me that's what happened. I'm thinking he actually like shot him or choked him out, something like. That's what I was thinking. Cop was struggling to get him down. He got a heart attack, so he got charged.
Sentence of 30 years in prison.
This is a unique case because...
Bro, what he did though? I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. They charged him with murder for that? 30 years?
Talking about foreseeability, you're talking about
Bro ain't getting out till he's 50.
cause issues here. And so it's going to be a tough case for any prosecutor.
Wait, what he said?
Cause, because you're talking about foreseeability, you're talking about proximate cause issues here. And so it's going to be a tough case for any prosecutor.
I spoke with Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg. While his office was not responsible for charging Mendez-Aguilar with manslaughter, he understands why the charges were brought against him.
How?
When I first saw it, though, I know the state attorney up there, and he's a good guy.
Okay, so now I got more questions. Because at first I thought he already killed the cop. They was looking for him or something. Said he matched the description. Called him right here, but no. So why? So what was their reason? The cop reason for stopping him right here then? You feel me? Then the cop tried to grab him. Brought him to the ground. He got a heart attack. Now he charged with murder. That don't make sense.
Obviously wants to do justice in every case. This case, I do think, can get to a jury. I think he has a good faith basis to file the charges. It just would be an uphill battle because it depends exactly on what was foreseeable and how much the medical examiner could say that the scuffle led to the officer's death.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
In the end,
so it was because
the state attorney is left with an individual who is an undocumented immigrant who resisted arrest with violence and led to the death of a law enforcement officer.
Bro, what violence? I gotta see the whole body cam foot where he was just like, bro, did he hit you? Did he punch you? Choke you? Like, he was just resisting arrest? You can't charge him with murder because of that.
You can see why the state attorney there was quick to file charges. The question is whether those charges will stick. Well, every community is different. We all represent different places here in the state of Florida, and what would lead to a conviction up in that district, in St. Johns County, Volusia County, that circuit up there is different than what would lead to a conviction in Palm Beach County. I can say that that case would be unlikely to result in a conviction here in Palm Beach County. That would be something to influence our filing decision because as state attorneys, we have to have a good faith belief that we can get a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt. And knowing judges and juries here in our community, it would be very unlikely that we could get a conviction for anything above resisting arrest with violence. But keep in mind that resisting arrest with violence...
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's saying the same thing, but you already know, like, system corrupt, bro. He still go get charged with the 30 year, even though he wasn't supposed to. That's crazy. I'm thinking he actually did something to the cop for real.
Is a felony in Florida. It's a third-degree felony, and so there are legitimate grounds to file felony charges.
Here's what we didn't see from the body cam video. According to a police report from the incident, Aguilar Mendez had a folding pocket knife inside his shorts pocket. While the
did he use it? Did he use the knife on the cop?
Video doesn't show the knife. Aguilar Mendez allegedly grabbed the knife from his pocket, and that's when the officers tried to disarm him. Aguilar Mendez reportedly told the officer he needed the knife to cut up watermelon, seemingly referring to his job. According to reports, the struggle lasted 8 minutes. During that time, the officers pinned and pushed the teen to the ground as the teen begged for his family. Police reportedly held him in a chokehold and stunned him with a taser 6.
Oh my God, bro, this case is BS. Like, bro, y'all listening to this? Bro, the cops had full power over the dude. The knife. Okay, he was reaching for it, right? But the knife, he didn't even get it out. You don't know what he was about to use it for. But y'all was trying to get him for no reason before that. Like, come on, bro.
Times in 2 minutes.
Talking about they done tased him, had him held down, but he getting charged for murder.
The altercation, the teen is placed into cuffs and put into a patrol car, and that's when Kunovich suffered a heart attack. According to an autopsy report, Sergeant Kunovich died from natural causes after suffering from cardiac dysrhythmia.
Okay, so the one I was talking about earlier, that's just the same picture. That's the one who caught the heart attack. That's good. They should never
Which
charge
may
him.
have been a result of severe heart disease. The autopsy also reportedly noted Kunovich had a prior heart attack or heart and lung deterioration due to smoking.
I understand why the advocates are upset, because he's facing 30 years in prison, and the medical examiner ruled that the officer's death was of natural causes.
Exactly.
If the officer's death was not foreseeable, if it was not proximate cause of the resisting, then I don't see how they're going to get a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt for that first-degree felony. But at the very least, there is a good faith basis and I think enough evidence to sustain a conviction for resisting arrest with
I
violence.
don't care how much evidence they got. Like, that's all the evidence. Matter of fact, they don't even need no more evidence. That's all the evidence right there. Like, dude already got heart problems. You feel me? All that. Like, bro, he ain't had nothing. He ain't get choked out. He ain't, like, dude ain't do nothing to him. They had the kid held down. He died after that. That's it. Like, can't charge him with that, bro. But you know, this system BS. He still go get charged. Whatever. It don't even matter.
Even though there is a language barrier, the individual did resist, and I think that's something that a jury would have to sort out.
So here's what we know about Virgilio Aguilar Mendez. According to a previous motion filed by his public defender, Aguilar Mendez arrived to the U.S. 2 years ago at 17 years old to provide a better life for his family. He was held at a federal detention facility for minors until his release. He later traveled to St. Augustine to work at the local farms. While Aguilar Mendez learned some Spanish previously, his native language is ma'am. On the night of his arrest, he was reportedly outside the Super 8 motel where he stayed with other migrant workers, eating a meal outside and talking with his mother when approached by Sergeant Kunovich.
For what
According
reason?
to reports, officers recovered cash, a cell phone, lighter, pocket knife, and his motel room card from Aguilar Mendez.
Well, the question is whether the officer had probable cause to make an arrest, and it seems like he did. But then the question is, can he make the stop? Does he have reasonable suspicion to make a stop? And that's something that would be...
Nah, he ain't had no reasonable suspicion. Bro, what was his reason of stopping him? That's what I'm trying to get at, bro. They not explaining that. Or did I miss it?
Courts. That's something that the court can decide that there was not the basis to even stop him in the first place. But so far, the fact that he's being held without bond shows that the judge has already found that probable cause existed to make an arrest. And because you have the immigration status and because you have the language barrier, he's being held longer than someone else would without a hearing because of all the extenuating circumstances.
Crazy.
I understand what the advocates are saying. I can understand looking at this from the outside that it looks like something that is not justice. But on the other hand, the prosecutor is had a good faith basis to prosecute this case as a resisting arrest with violence. And I think based on the facts, he could pursue it as something more.
But now there's an indefinite pause on the case. During a December competency hearing, Aguilar Mendez was declared by the courts as mentally incompetent to stand trial due to his lack of understanding of the U.S. criminal justice system. And with the issue of competency at play, Ehrenberg says there's a brief flaw as that system was set up for people with mental illness, not people who have to deal with a language barrier.
The craziest...
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention, get more followers, and
the craziest cases seem to always happen in Florida. I have faith in the system and the process. I know it can be very frustrating to people because of the delays, but the reason why this defendant is behind bars awaiting trial is because he's undocumented and also because there's a language barrier, that he speaks a language where there is not an interpreter in that area. The issue I would have is that the competency system, which is designed to send someone to a hospital to get competent while they await trial, is really designed for people with mental illness. It's not really designed for someone who's not competent because they don't speak the language. If he was a defendant down here in South Florida, there would be an interpreter available for him. mine interpreter. But because it's in North Florida where there is no interpreter available, it complicates matters. And I would hope that a judge would have a hearing so that they could determine whether or not he's able to stand trial or can get a mine interpreter so that he's not just kept behind bars indefinitely.
And if there was an instance where there's not a mime interpreter, what would happen in that case?
Eventually he would be let free. If he's not restored to competency, then he would be let free. That's what happens even in cases of mental illness. We don't keep people behind bars indefinitely through their life unless they've been convicted of something.
Exactly, bro. That's how you know it's BS. Talk when they just go let them free eventually if nobody, you feel me? That's how you know. Bro, you can't charge them 30 years for that. First thing, what was your reason to stopping them? Because I thought the way they pulled up on him, I'm thinking like, oh, he already killed the cop or something. They was looking for him. They caught him. But nah, it happened after that. So what was their reason in the first place? And then they talking about resisting with violence. Where was the violence? All right, he was resisting, but like, did he hit you? Did he choke you out? Did he, you feel me? You got any bruises? No, you, like, come on, you tased him. But they had multiple cops, held him down. And then you suffered a heart attack and died. But that's not his fault, bro.
And if there's nothing that can help him understand the proceedings around him, then he would be set free. But look, he's already served like 8 to 9 months, and that's more than he probably would have received even if he was found guilty of that third-degree felony of resisting arrest with violence.
Until the issue of competency is worked out, Aguilar Mendez will remain behind bars with no bond. A judge put a
That's wild. They need to let dude bond out immediately.